Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How y'all feel this morning? Come on in. Good morning. How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? How y'all feel this morning? Come on in. Y'all might as well come on in. Come on in and gather around the table. What y'all got going on this morning? I told y'all sometimes you might not always be ready. Sometimes you might not always be ready. How about that? You ain't gonna always be ready. I think this morning I was one of them mornings I wasn't ready either. And at the same time, I had to rush. Y'all see what I got on this morning. Good morning. Come on in this morning. Come on in. Y'all come on in. Come on in and gather around. You might as well. Ain't no reason not to. There's no reason not to. Yep, you might as well come on in and gather around the table of your heart. I make y'all know I make something up just I ain't got time to play with y'all this morning. Hey, look, man, I ain't got time to play with y'all this morning, man. I don't have time to play with y'all this morning. I am not playing with y'all this morning. Nope. I'm not gonna do it. Absolutely not. I ain't doing it. You ready? On the march. Get set. Ready. Y'all ain't ready. Y'all ain't ready. I can feel in my spirit y'all not ready. Come on now. Gather around. Come on now. You ready? On the march. Is it on the march? It's on the march, right? On the march. Oh, no. It's on the mark. M-A-R-K. On the mark. Get set. Ready. Go. Y'all ain't ready. Ooh-wee. Y'all don't be ready. See, I like the fact that I ain't the only one that be ready out here. I like the fact that I'm not the only one that's not ready. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we just not ready. We ain't ready to go in. And it's okay. I think some days them students that be wanting to go to the class and be like, come on, go to class. Y'all ain't ready to go to class every day. You don't be ready to go to the classroom every single day. Some days y'all just want to chill out, skip school, go to Bob's store like we used to do. We used to go to Bob's store down the street, around the corner from the school, hang out. We done skip class. So at the same time, sometime I know in the morning, you want to get up and skip school, you know. So I understand. I ain't finna knock nobody for doing it how they do it. Did you hear me? I said, I ain't knocking nobody for doing it how they do it. They do it how they want to do it. Do it how you do it. You're a grown individual in the earth. Do it how you do it. That's how I would have to tell everybody in here. Do it how you do it. You feel me? There ain't no reason to do it any other way than how you feel like doing it. Because I think if you do it the way someone else wants you to do it, and you ain't no original. You're not an original, sir. Hey, ma'am, if you do it the way somebody else do it, you're a carbon copy. You a carbon copy out here in these streets, man. You ain't no original. If you around here trying to look at everybody else stuff just to see how they did it, and then you gonna try to copycat. Remember back in the day we used to call it copycat. You a copycat. Remember back in the days we used to call them copycats. Y'all remember that? I'm telling my age right now. Oh Lord. I might be just telling my age. I might just be telling my age. By calling y'all a copycat. Y'all ain't never called them? No? Damn. I guess I'm out here by myself then. Hey, look, I guess I'm out here by myself then. Y'all don't know about a copycat. Remember back in the day, you used to try to cheat off of somebody else's paper. You be like stretching your neck high and long, your eyes wide. The teacher say, don't look at everybody else's paper. Keep your head down. Keep your head down on your paper. Don't be looking all around on everybody else's paper trying to copy. Copycat, you're a copycat. That's what we used to call people. Hey, we used to call folk copycats. You're a copycat. Yeah, we call people copycats, the one who's going to copy off of everybody else's paper. That's how we feel. That's how I feel sometime out here, where I feel like some individuals is just designed to study somebody else's stuff. They don't have their original stuff, and they own their own documents that they could write. So they'll study other individuals' documents. They'll study everybody else's theory. You know what I'm saying? They'll look at everybody else's theoretical framework. But are you creating your own by looking at theirs? Is the question. I said, are you creating your own theoretical framework by looking at someone else's stuff? And then you take bits and pieces, and then you know what I'm saying, you take the meat and leave the bone. Everything that somebody say, everything that somebody says, you know, you ain't gonna be able to, you know, just hook, line, and sinker, swallow everything they say. So y'all know I've taken, you know what I'm saying, theoretical frameworks, and based on their hypothesis, and whatever their hypothesis is, they can make their theoretical work be coincide, that same thing will always happen repetitively. That's research, but I don't want to go there right now. Yep. Yeah, that's research right there. And so I'm just here. Y'all know I'm probably might be shooting from the hip right now, but I'm here. I said I might be shooting from the hip right now, but I'm here. At least I'm on my assignment. I'm still here. Might be shooting from the hip, but I'm here. Yeah, I might be shooting from the hip, but I'm here. I ain't really got nothing to say to y'all this morning. I really don't. I don't really have nothing to say to y'all this morning. Oh yeah, I do. I do got one thing to say. I do have one thing to say. If you don't know your blood type at this moment, get on out from around me. I tell y'all that, listen, if you don't know your blood type right now at this moment in time, get on out from around me. How about that? That sounds better. That sounds good, don't it? That sounds good. Just less people you got to deal with. Man. And my good old apple juice this morning. I needed something to just kind of like soothe my inner being. And I ain't really want nothing hot this morning. I just decided to get something, just throw some cubes in a cup and throw some apple juice over it, and it was good. I ain't have enough though. I need some more. So I guess I'm gonna have to deal with y'all for this hour without what I'm saying, without having the ability to do my thing. Y'all see I'm just fumbling this morning. I really ain't got nothing to say to y'all. Y'all know this bubble up in me as I progress. Sometimes I just be sitting here prior to the time wondering what would he say through his vessel this morning. Because I don't have all the answers. Did you hear me? I say I don't have all the answers. I don't. And so sometimes I'll sit back like this. Scooch back in your chair. And then scooch up and sit back and wait on something to come. Y'all listen to this music. This music is the divine connection between the creation and the creator and his creation. This music is a divine connection. It said it goes straight to where it needs to be in you. And so I'm sitting here this morning asking you, what are your intentions? What are your intentions? Like, what are your intentions? What are your intentions? As you gather around the table, your thoughts this morning, what are your intentions? What do you intend to do? What impact are you planning on making in the universe while you're here, in your allotted time, in your allotted season, in this thing called life? What are you going to do that will impact the world? What are you going to do? That's what I need to know. What is it that you want to do? And so we here. And if we going, we might as well go. Since we done left the launch pad at this moment, we might as well go ahead on and go on in. Go ahead on into your assignment. Go on ahead on into your next level. Go ahead and in on your next dimension. Might as well. There's nothing else to do. What are you grateful for? You stand grateful. I say when you stand grateful in the space by which you have been allotted at this moment, if you stand grateful, Did you hear me? I say stand grateful. Be grateful. Be grateful in the area. Be grateful. I think when you show the universe that you're grateful as it pertains to the things that you have already. When you're grateful for what the things that you have, you might not have everything you need. I believe that if you show a sign of gratefulness to the universe, you show him that in spite of everything that I might not have, the things that I do have, I'm grateful for. And I believe that when you start to do that, when you start to build an atmosphere of gratefulness, you sit there and you dump out all of the thoughts out of your mind onto your own table, and you sort through everything that you've been in this thing called life, your ups, your downs, your trials, your tribs. I'm telling you right now, it'll come a time in your life when you say, I'm grateful. I'm grateful for who I am. I'm grateful for who I'm not. I'm grateful for where I'm going. I'm grateful for where I've been and where I've went. I'm grateful for those. I might not have been all over this world where they go all over in Dubai and they hanging all out in Dubai and they hanging all out in Africa and they're going to these different, countries, and they're running around and have their cameras out and they're showing us all the beautiful sights. And I'll sit here in my place in the comfort and convenience of my own home and watch them do it. For whatever reason, I don't have to go out to these different places. And I sat around the other day and I looked over my whole entire life, right? And I'm saying it's some phenomenal places that we have never been here. It's places right here in America. Okay, since you think I'm joking, here's one for you right here. Here's one for you right here. Have you ever been to Niagara Falls? Here's one right here. This is right here in America. Have you ever been to Niagara Falls? I was sharing the other day with one of the people I was speaking with, and I said, might be my time to get a RV. I want a big black Benz RV, a big black one with a little silver on the side. I saw it already. Somebody else was driving it. Oh. I was like, hey, look, well, I want one of them right there. It was a Benz RV, y'all. And I saw it, right? And I'm like, it was the correct size. It was the correct look. It had the right everything. It probably slept 4 to 6 people. It sleep about 4, probably max out at 6. I'm sure it had a kitchenette in it. I'm sure it had all the fixings that you could just travel around. And you don't have to, when you travel in an RV, you don't have to worry about where you're going to live tonight or where you're going to stay, or we don't got to worry about hotel fees and fares and all these different things right here. Why haven't you saw with your natural eye right here in America? You have not saw Niagara Falls. That's like north of New York, right by the border of I think it crossed the border from Canada to New York. Niagara Falls. You have not been there yet. I know I haven't. And so it's been separate. Okay, here go another one for you then. Since you want to be Mr. Traveler, Mrs. Traveler out the country, here's one for you right here. Have you ever seen with your natural eye Mount Rushmore? Raise your hand if you done seen Mount Rushmore. Raise your hand if you done seen Mount Rushmore. Uh-huh. Have you seen Mount Rushmore with your natural eye where they sat there and carved out the president's head? I think that's a phenomenon for somebody to get up there and carve that that type of carving out on the president's, head of the. I think that's phenomenal. And so that's another one. That's another one. That's a three. That's two. And then the third one that I would, have you ever been to the Appalachian Mountains? Snow-capped mountains. Have you seen the Appalachian Mountains? You know, have you been through the mountains of Tennessee? Have you been to Lookout Mountain? That's right there in Tennessee. That where one of my mentors, Dr. Martin Luther King, said he looked out over saying Lookout Mountain. I went to Lookout Mountain just to stand where he stood at one time, just to stand where my mentor has looked. I look at him as a mentor to a certain degree. Certain things that he stood for, I'll take his theoretical framework and I'll build my own theory based on my own concepts and narratives and understandings in the earth. And I know that sometimes turn the other cheek is just not the other. You only got four at max. Hey, you only got about four cheeks out here in this world. Now, hey, how many times you gonna have to turn them? You probably got about four of them at the most. You got about four cheeks. You got two upper and two lower. That's the only two I really know. There ain't no more. And so, you know what I'm saying? You probably got about four times to slap me. Well, I ain't gonna even sit here and lie to y'all. I think I'm a one-man wrecking crew. You only got one time to slap me in my face. That's it. I'm done. You put your hands on me, I'm gonna hit you back, sir. Did you hear me, man? I said, you put your hands on me, I might just slap you back. I ain't gonna even sit here and lie to you. Ain't no reason to sit here and lie. I don't know, because sometimes reflexes be like, they all over the place. You been did some things you ain't even meant to do. Okay, here go another one for y'all right here now. Have you been to the Grand Canyon? Have you did a tour down through the Grand Canyon? That's what I want to know. Have you did a tour down the Grand Canyon? And so it's different places in this world, in this United States of America, that I'm sure we have not been yet. And I don't think I need to travel outside of the country to make me feel like I'm doing something. And then you go and see these sites, come back, I guess thousands of dollars less than what you had when you went, because you vacationed there. And so you was trying to enjoy the whole festivities of it all. And I understand the whole concept. Some people feel as though they got to see these sites in different places over the world. And this is some people's mindset, and it's okay. And so I just sit there, I'll sit back and I'll watch it from on my phone while they're there in the location. I'll watch it on my phone and watch the scene and witness the scene, and I'm just as satisfied. I don't necessarily have to see it live and live in color with myself. And so I just came this morning to say, if we're going, we might as well go. Did you hear me? I say, if we're going, we might as well go. There's no reason not to go if we're going. Now, one thing I've discovered about this thing called going, that sometimes you might have to grow as you go. You don't have the ability, ma'am, at this moment and in this season of the world and at the time to grow first and then go. Sometimes we might have to grow as we go. As we done left the launch pad here on October 15th, 2022, we took off the launch pad here for the Hourglass Era. The era by which we live is cognitively aware of being cognitively aware of the pH in your body, ma'am. We took off a while ago, over a year ago, with major velocity. Do you know how much velocity it takes to get a rocket up in the air? Do you know the velocity and the energy and the source by which they have to release those things off the side of that rocket and then shoot, let him shoot completely up into the air? Certain things got to fall off depending on the altitude by which you go. Certain things fall off as they get to a certain altitude. They can't even carry it anymore. They have to fall off into the ocean. And so at the same time, it's certain parts of this thing called life that we're going to have to fall off from, and allow things to fall off of us as we go to the altitude by which the universe has called us. We can't be all out here like, you know what I'm saying, with all these people around us holding us down and pulling on our shirt tail and our coat tail, preventing us from going to the altitude by which we've been called. We ain't doing that. We're not going to do that. And so I'm just telling you right now, at this moment, we're going to have to let go of some things that might hinder or stagnate or prevent us from getting up out of something. Sometimes, ma'am, I'm going to tell you right now, you might have to let go. Hey, sir, hey, bro, some days and sometimes in this thing called life, you might just have to let go. And they had a little thing back in the day where before offer up, take it, they call it let go, right? And so it had all these things that's in the earth that people, I keep telling y'all that the universe has told us early on that some things that we have in our immediate presence, we don't need anymore. And all you got to do is go into your closets or go into your garage and go into these different places where your pantry and where you might store certain things and start moving some things around. And as you move some things from the front of your pantry to the back, or from the front of your garage to the back, or from the front of your closet to the back, and move the stuff from the back to the front, in that transition, you're gonna find some things that you no longer wear. You're gonna find some shoes that you ain't wore these shoes in years. And he say, tell them to take the things that they find in that transition and put it back into the marketplace. And the marketplace is this world and this world system. And so they had this little thing called let go. It was like offer up, let go, and marketplace, Facebook marketplace. And so you'll use let go to sell things back into the atmosphere. Anything that you don't want, you let it go. I came by here this morning to ask somebody, what are your intentions? Are your intentions to hold on to the things that will stagnate, prevent, or are you willing to let go so you'll have the freedom enough to move into your next dimension? What are your intentions? Do you keep all these things that might stagnate or hold you down or prevent or clutter your mind or clutter your thoughts and clutter your financial capacity? Do you keep these things around you that's draining you of you? Or do you let them go? As you let go, you free yourself of it. And as you let go, you cause your mind to be free when you let go. And so I'm here this morning to tell somebody on the sound of my voice, if we going, we might as well go. I said, if we're going, we might as well go. And the assignment here in the Hourglass, as we get on this assignment, and as we start moving intentionally, and we start moving with the correct strategies, and with the correct plans, and with the correct, prosperity towards the correct process and progress towards the amount of peace that we need in our minds, in our hearts, in our well-being. We need a certain level of peace. I said a peace that surpasses all understanding. We need peace. So even when chaos is all around you and everything is chaotic all around you, you know that you can still operate with the innermost value that you possess is peace and tranquility and serenity. So when you have that, when you have the ability to tap all the way into your own peace, in spite of what your stuff might and your circumstances might look like around you, you still have the ability to tap into your innermost peace. That's power. That's power when you're able to tap into your own peace. That's power. And so I'm here this morning. I ain't really want nothing. Y'all know, y'all see I'm shooting from the hip this morning. But one thing I could tell somebody is that I'm enthusiastic. That's the word right here. One word is enthusiastic. And when you're enthusiastic meaning?
Definition of enthusiastic. Having or showing intense and eager enjoyment, interest, or approval.
You got to have it. And you got to show intense and eager enjoyment and interest, or a certain level of approval when you're enthusiastic about life and about living and about moving forward and about possessing the land and possessing your possessions. When you're enthusiastic about that, I think that that's another word that has to stand on the top side of the hourglass. Enthusiasm. When you're eager and when you have an intense interest in something and you have the right amount of approval, you're enthusiastic. And I'm here to tell somebody that I have a wonderful life. You got to say this one for yourself. Ma'am, even if your life is in jumbles, in shambles right now, even if you're in the position that you know that you put yourself in through your initial thoughts, but then you found out as you stayed in that position that you're no longer satisfied there. You're no longer stable there. You're no longer sound there. You don't even have a sound mind there in this position that you're in. I'm here to tell you that you're going to have to say this one for yourself. I am and I have a wonderful life. Say that for yourself and watch the shift happen. Even if you don't feel it, even if you can't see it, even if you can't taste it, even if you can't understand it, even if right now you're not accepting it, even if you can't acknowledge it, you got to say this one for yourself, sir. Hey, bro, you got to say this one for yourself. I have and I have a wonderful life. And I am rich in health, abundant in wealth, and happy in love. You got to say this one. Ooh-wee. That was full of all of the top side of the hourglass concepts that we stand in here in the Hourglass Era, ERA, by which we stand. We got to know that I am rich in health. I'm abundant in wealth, and I'm happy in love. And this love does not have to mean that you're happy in love with someone else. I believe that this love, that you can be happy in love with yourself and all your decisions. You might not feel good about every decision that I know I haven't. I know I don't feel good about every decision I've ever made, because some decisions that I made landed me in the penitentiary, both state and federal penitentiary. So I know that all my decisions that I've made were not good. But I'm here to tell somebody that you're going to have to look at life for yourself and say, I believe that 51% of my life was good. Maybe I'll accept the 49% part of my life that was bad. That's too close to neutral. I don't want it that close, y'all. But I'll accept it, because that means that your wins was 51% and your losses was 49. And we call it a 49-51 law. That when we look at over our lives and we see all the failures, we just know that they had to be less than our successes. Because our successes superseded. We're still here on this side of the dirt this morning. So apparently we did something correct. If you're still standing on this side of the dirt and ain't no dirt been thrown, then you still have a chance to have more successful encounters than you do failed encounters. And you know that on our last few sessions where he told us, he said, tell them that every interaction is a transaction. Ooh-wee. He said, tell my children that every interaction that they have, I don't care if you're interacting with somebody at Walmart, if you're interacting with somebody at the QT, I don't care if you're interacting with somebody at the racetrack gas station. I don't care if you have an interaction with this person, that's a transaction that's happening right there. And he showed me a profit loss column of every transaction ever made. He took me to from an accountant type perspective. And so now I watch people and I watch things and I watch how they flow and I watch how they interact with me according to what they think they know about me. And I'll sit back and I'll play and I'll dummy myself down to see how would a person think when they see me. What do they think? And I'll sit there and let them conjure up thoughts about me in their own mind. And what I'm discovering about how I play it all the way down to the lowest common denominator, they're always wrong. It's not until I open my mouth and they understand the depth. Ooh-wee. I mean the D-E-P-T-H, the depth by which I come. I ain't superficial out here in these streets. Sometimes I try to be superficial, but I got too much depth. D-E-P-T-H, depth in me. So we got to go to a deeper depth or a higher height. Either way, we're going to be on the alkaline side of conscientiousness. And so you're going to have to say this for yourself, ma'am. I am surrounded by positivity, peace, and harmony. You got to say this for yourself. I am surrounded by positivity, peace, and harmony. I am powerful beyond measure, and I'm blessed beyond belief. Ooh-wee, I felt that one. I said, you're going to have to say this for yourself. I am powerful beyond measure. You can't measure my power. I don't even exude all my power in the earth like that. It's only when we go into warfare and spiritual warfare that you will really see the power by which I possess. I don't walk with a certain amount of power over me like that. I'm humble until it raises up in me and I feel like you done crossed me. Then you'll understand the power by which I exude into the earth. But I am powerful beyond measure and I'm blessed beyond belief. I am grateful for all that is and inspired by all that will be. Ooh-wee. I am loved and I love my life and all aspects of it. And I give myself full permission to be who I desire. I believe that when you take on these affirmations, you take on these concepts and narratives and understandings and comprehensions in the earth, what you do, sir and ma'am and bruh and sis, what you do is you cause an aura to be built around you based on who you know you are. For I have a wonderful life and I'm rich in health, abundant in wealth, and happy in love. I am surrounded by positivity, peace, and harmony. And I am powerful beyond measure and blessed beyond belief. I am grateful for all that is and inspired by all that will be. I love my life and all aspects of it, and I give myself full permission to be who I desire, who I want to be. The thought-provoking specialist, I give my permission to you to think thoughts and to allow your thoughts to think and come and share your thoughts with the world as you've been called to do, sir. I give you full permission to be the thought-provoking specialist and the health-conscious coach, where I coach individuals into healthy concepts and healthy narratives and healthy understandings and healthy comprehensions, healthy in their mind, body, and spirit, that they're healthy, full of wealth, of health. You can be wealthy from a health perspective. And so you are the health conscious coach. And I give you full permission to be the intellectual content creator. Create nothing but intellectual content, sir. We can go and pull up on the side of the road and get a Lambo. I can do that. I can pull up on the side of the road with a Lambo. I can pull a Lambo off the lot if I really desire that we won't have one. I can do that. I have enough power within myself and within my confidence in myself that if I want a Lamborghini, I can get it. And if I could pull a Lambo on the side of the road somewhere here in Buckhead and watch a little baddie walk by and have a camera with a dude with a zoom lens sitting across the street watching me as I move with my crippled crutch, I can move and play like I'm a real handicap, right? Hey, yo, I can play like I'm a real handicap, come across the street with a crutch and put my whole handicap down, right? Have my whole limp on, right? And then let a little baddie walk by me in the parking lot somewhere of Phipps Plaza or something. You know how you got to set it up real nice, right? And I can do some content like that and probably have millions of followers. I probably have tens of thousands of views in a day because I showed a woman, a little baddie, walk past me, and then I said something to her I walk with my crutch, handicap, and they saw me, and she's like, I don't want no handicap nigga around me. I don't want no handicap around. Get your handicap self. And then I just go ahead and throw the crutch in the back of the Lambo and say, derp, 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 derp. She turned around and looked at me. I don't know where they be getting these females from. Someone would have kept on going like, I don't want no handicap. But as soon as they see that Lambo and as soon as they see this dude walking to, all right, you have a nice day. He step off the curb and go and get in the Lambo. Here they come running back to the Lambo, tapping on that man window. Excuse me, what did you say your name was? Excuse me, what did you say? I'm sorry, I'm available now. I was on the phone at that moment, but now I'm available to talk to you now because you seen me. And the man be like, hey, what you mean? You just turned around and seen what kind of car I drive, and now you all of a sudden you interested already? I can do some content like that. Hey, boy, it probably be so funny too. I probably could do some content like that. Y'all know I could probably do some content like that. But I'm here now as an intellectual content creator. Did you hear me? I say I'm here as an intellectual content creator. I create intellectual content, something that's going to have you to think and allow your thoughts to think and allow your thinking to be thought of. Hey, man, y'all better leave me alone in here, man. Y'all better leave me alone up and through here. But yeah, and so I have the ability to do that. But I'm your intellectual content creator, and I'm also your podcast professor. I got my lab jacket on this morning. That lab jacket is intent in being intentional about what I need, about what I desire. You know I can take these things off right here, right? Sometimes what I'm telling y'all what we're going to have to do is use this. This is a contraption. It's based on the cardiovascular system and the respiratory, because you can still use this from a breathing type perspective. I believe through that pandemic, these were used more than anything else to hear how congested your respiratory system was. I can tell you that this world and this world system have respiratory issues. I believe that sometimes this system of the world is not only lethargic, but it don't have enough O2 running through the veins of this world and this world system. And the cardiovascular aspect of it is we know that this system is designed and on its way to stroke out and have a massive heart attack because of all of the clogging that has happened over the years, all of the injustices, all of the maladaptive behaviors and the dysfunctions and the disorders and all of the things that's happening in the earth at this moment has the propensity to stroke out, has the propensity to be more CO2 than it does O2, has more carbon dioxide. Can't even breathe properly. This world and the systems that be don't even breathe right. It's lethargic. They kept a mask over our mouths for years. They want y'all to keep breathing in the same breath that you once breathed out. And when you put a mask over your mouth, ma'am, and you breathe and you exhale out of your mouth, that's CO2. You inhale O2 and you breathe out CO2. And so I'm here to tell, it's deoxygenated oxygen. And I'm here to tell somebody over hours of you doing that, inhaling the same breath that you once breathed out hours later. I can tell you this, that the universe said, even back then, tell my children they will be lethargic. Your body will be screaming, where is the O2? How can I breathe in the same breath that I once breathed out 3 hours earlier? It'll have you dizzy. It'll have you with less oxygen in your body. And you know that the functions of our heart, our lung, our spleen, our liver, our kidneys, our brain, our organs, our extremities, all the way down to your big toe need O2, sir. You do not have enough oxygen in your mind and in your body to push forward. And your organs in the earth will start shutting down because it's not enough O2. That's what I see for this world and this world system as we look out over this whole entire world. Our position here in the hourglass is to stand outside of it and look down in on it. And as we observe, and as we see, as we allow the scales to fall off our eyes, And as we understand and start making the assessments and the evaluations of where we're going in this earth at this moment, it looks like we're headed for destruction. It looks like we're headed, ma'am, for a massive heart attack to happen in the earth, a massive stroke, a massive cardiovascular situation to transpire and stop the whole entire heart from beating. You know, if your heart ever stopped beating, that you're no longer alive. That's what it looked like when you stand outside of this world and look down in on it. It looked like we're headed for a massive heart attack. And so I'm here this morning to share with the mind of the people no other thing but my thoughts, allowing my thoughts to think, cutting off all the radios and the TVs and all the distractions in the earth, and allow and come to the table of your own thoughts and dump out all of your thoughts, the good, the bagly, the ugly, the sad. I said the good and the bad, the ugly and the sad, the pretty thoughts, the beautiful thoughts, as well as the ugly ones, and dump them all out of your mind onto the table of your thoughts. And make sure that when you decipher your thoughts, make sure once you see them, make sure you might have to close your natural eye and open your spiritual eyes, ma'am. That intuition eye, that pineal gland, the pituitary gland. Yeah, you might have to open that eye and see. You start to see correctly. You start to see and understand holistically. Then you'll know. You'll understand and comprehend that we stand in the hourglass era, where the sands of time converge in the morning, Monday through Thursday, in the 9 o'clock hour. I am Kendrick B. Davis Sr., your thought-provoking specialist, and I'm on assignment. Allow us to guide as we delve into the depths of our consciousness and navigate the interwoven pathways of the mind. Join me on this thought-provoking journey where we explore the spiritual, physical, and intellectual realms, peering into the very essence of health awareness and holistic understandings. Everything on this earth is symbolic of the hourglass concept, and its center represents neutrality, balance, a pivotal metaphor here in the hourglass era. And on this metaphor of this journey, just as the pH transition from acidity to alkalinity, so too must we navigate our thoughts from discordance to harmony. It's about transversing the realms of the 7 chakras and unlocking the spiritual experiences and aligning our conscious selves with the greater aspect of life. Each session here unravels the unexplored conscious thoughts of human existence, inviting you to awaken, transcend, and comprehend the vast expansions of our inner world. So come, tune in, and let's embark together on this extraordinary odyssey towards enlightenment. Come on in. I'm glad y'all made it this morning. I can feel my time winding up. I can feel it. It's winding. It's winding up. I can feel it. I can feel what my hour be about to go ahead on and cash in. I can feel it happening. I'm here to tell somebody, never give up on your dream just because of the time it will take to accomplish it. The time will eventually pass away. Where you are in your dream journey will depend on whether or not you started when he initially say, open the laptop to speak into the mind of the people. Where would I be right now had I not been obedient? Ooh-wee. I say, where would I have been right now had I not been obedient to the call and the understanding and the acknowledgement and possibly even the acceptance of him saying, open the laptop to speak into the mind of the people? Where would I be right now had I not started this journey? So I'm here to tell somebody, never give up on a dream. Just because of the time it will take to accomplish it, time will eventually pass away. This is Earl Nightingale that said this. And so I'm here. I'm on assignment. I'm your health conscious coach. I'm your intellectual content creator. I'm also your podcast professor. I'm here this morning to tell somebody in the sound of my voice, I have a wonderful life and I'm rich in health, abundant in wealth, and happy in love. And I'm surrounded by positivity, peace, and harmony. Ooh-wee. And I'm be powerful beyond measure, and I'm blessed beyond belief. You have to say these things for yourself, man. I am powerful. I'm powerful beyond measure, and I'm blessed beyond belief. And I'm grateful for all that is and inspired by all that will be. Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee. Ooh. I am grateful for all that is. I'm inspired by all that will be. And I love my life and all the aspects of it. And I give myself full permission to be who I desire. I give myself full permission, ma'am. You're going to have to give yourself full permission, sir. Hey, bro, give yourself full permission to be who you inspire to be who you desire to be. Give yourself full permission when you look in the mirror. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Ooh-wee. When we did that session, mirror, mirror on the wall. Who's the greatest of them all? It's a beautiful thing. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad we're on assignment. I know my hour is about to tick down. I can feel it coming on in. I'm grateful and I'm thankful, y'all. Thank y'all for chiming in with me this morning. Good morning to all the individuals. Good morning. Thank you for chiming in with me this morning. My hour is up. Never give up on a dream because of the time that it will take to accomplish it. The time will eventually pass away. It will eventually go. Where would you be after that time that elapsed? Had I never started my AA degree, I would never have my master's. Did you hear me? I say, had I never started my AA, I would have never had my master's. And so I'm here this morning. I am Kendrick B. Davis Sr. I am your thought-provoking specialist. I'm your health conscious coach, your intellectual content creator. I'm also your podcast professor. Thank y'all for chiming in with me this morning. It's been nothing but a pleasure to sit here and share I sit here and I share my thoughts of my innermost essence of my being, of who I am in the earth. Hotep, Hotep, Hotep. Peace and blessings to every individual in the sound of my voice. It's a blessing to be here. I am Kendrick B. Davis Sr., and I'll see y'all again tomorrow. Be blessed.